Hey YouTubers, this is day 8 of Proposition 8 federal case trial, and I told you I'd keep doing this if I got responses, and I got 28 responses in 23 hours. That's really good for my site. So, day 8 is a day for us, let me tell you, but I'm going to jump into this because this is great stuff. So we continue with Jerry Segura on the stand and being questioned by the hate lawyer. That's what I call him. It should be noted before I continue that I went on the Americans for Marriage website, and I felt like a white supremacy group. I'm seriously. I read the lawyer's review of yesterday, the day 7, and they say, quote, religion was up on trial today, and it made my head spin. This is the lawyer talking. Also, that justice is not being served on the witness stand, saying we are lying. This is our side. And that these lawyers are interesting people. Obviously, they're way out of their league. Get down. God, every video, every damn time. Get down. So, going back to Gary Segura, the lawyer is actually trying to prove, and this is their hate lawyer, trying to prove that hundreds of churches are backing the No on Prop 8 campaign, and I can think of maybe 2, possibly 3 in dispute, including the Anglican American community, and the All Saints Church, which is also in dispute, and of course the Metropolitan Church, which is an all-gay church. And out of all of those, I think maybe that covers 2% of the population. Obviously, and they do talk about that too, they say 39% of the population is the Catholic, Baptist, Mormon, what have you coalition, and the coalition they tried to cite us at is like 2% of the national population. It is certainly not hundreds of churches. But going on, now he is trying to say that gays are just fine with domestic partnership and they don't want marriage. Well, I don't know any gays that actually want domestic partnership in the United States. In Europe, I know marriage isn't as big a deal. But here, without marriage, we don't have 1,200 rights. Federal rights. I don't know any gays that, if they want to get married, don't want to get married. So he's just lying. I kid you not, the hate lawyer is actually trying to say that religious reasons are not the reason religious people voted against gay rights. Has he even seen the signs of Leviticus? You know, the ones that say we're abominations according to the Bible, and it's a sin for man to lie with man, and it's Adam and Eve, not Adam and Steve, and I can't even find a sign that doesn't have a religious comment to it. The judge at this point stops the lawyer. He starts asking the witness directly, which is something you can do on a federal case, about the reports he's getting from the lawyer, the hate lawyer. He asks him what the percentage of the religious did support gay marriage. Less than 20% is the answer from the witness in total. And that's let the air out of the hate lawyer's sails. It really did. He just dropped the question. And I think 20%, even less than 20%, is still a little high. Unbelievably, the lawyer is actually using a news coverage report by an unknown organization that says an old woman was beaten up for voting yes on Prop 8. Yeah, and I'm a straight loving girl kind of guy. This is just garbage. I didn't even see that report, and I've looked at so many different reports. Unlike these guys, I study the issue. The judge just discovered this so-called reporting is coming from, he asked again, where is this coming from? It's coming from protectmarriage.com. Now, the hate lawyer is showing footage of the Bill O'Reilly show. This is just crap. Bill O'Reilly? What the fuck? Now he is being re-examined by the good guy, finally. And he is asking him about the so-called evidence that the hate lawyer just brought up. He is asking him about the Heritage Foundation, and that is where a lot of these activities are coming, a lot of this video footage and stuff is coming from. And it's this conservative organization. It is in fact a think tank for the conservative right. Now, not only that, the expert witness has never even heard of the writer and would send his report back to him and never print it in any of his major magazines. Oh my god, he is going to play the Gathering Storm video. This is great. Our lawyers are playing the Gathering Storm video. You know, I am afraid video. It's become semi-famous. Look it up. We all know and love. I love this lawyer. He's the best. I should be noted that this video originally was not allowed to be played. But now that the lawyer has been allowed to play Bill O'Reilly and crap like that, we get it passed through, according to the judge. The expert witness for our side has asked many questions to unverify reports that he was given on Christian gays, and it comes out that even though there are Christian gays, they make up about 2% of the church altogether, and that's about right, 2% of the church. And to note that the video was awesome, because when they show the video, the guy's like, this is obvious, they're saying it's fearful, I'm going to lose my job, it's my children, blah blah, really goes down the list, and really nails the this is a religious thing. Next witness called, first of only two, is Dr. Hakshing William Tam. And it should be noted, this guy claims that gays are more commonly pedophiles than heterosexuals by 12 times more likely, so we know where he stands as a witness. Interestingly, this witness also nearly was redacted, whatever the hell, was taken away by the defense. That would mean that there would have only been one person defending this case as an expert. I am not kidding. Right before this defendant got to the stand, they tried to have him quit and leave. I wonder what his testimony is as a doctor. I wrote this before I did this. This guy was a supervisor for ProtectMarriage.com, an obvious proponent for Prop 8. This is hilarious. This defendant is the best helper we ever had, and he's the supervisor for the opposition. He is admitting that ProtectMarriage.com was working with pastors to organize for Prop 8 since back in 2007, admitting it to be a grassroots organization, which this lawyer has adamantly denied the whole way down, the hate lawyer. I should also point out this guy is the executive director of Traditional Marriage Coalition, which he admits. After this guy destroys himself on the stand, and I mean literally wipes himself out, he admitted that they consider it hate, that they consider it a sin, that it's connected to bestiality, pedophile, incest, and then when asked when he got all this information from, he admitted it came from America, ProtectMarriage.com, what have you, and traditional marriage standards and what have you, and said that there's countries in Europe or whatever that lowered their age, and Canada lowered their age from 18 to 13 or whatever. And he's like, where did you get this information? He's like, I read it online. Oh, it's the best. This guy is wonderful. Okay? And he destroys himself on the stand, and he makes himself look like an idiot because he has no proof to back up any of his claims at all. He has one proof from a doctor from 1971 who used to be a part of the American association, whatever the hell, for psychiatric association, and of course now isn't, and redacted his claim long time ago. I personally know about the guy. I've looked him up many times before because people bring him up. And he's like, this is where I got the information from. And he's like, are you aware that he no longer holds his claims? And now that this. And he's like, no. And he's like, well, where did you get this information from? From NARF. You know, the people who help you not to become homosexual anymore. And he's like, so instead of looking at the new American Psychiatric Association, you decide to check out NARF. And he says, well, I believe NARF. I love this shit. Anyways, then he goes, after this guy destroys himself on the stand, and I mean no evidence to support his claims of pedophile or any claims of bestiality or incest at all, and many other connections to Christian organizations, and money galore, proving false claims one after the other, the good lawyer finally arrests. And for the first time I've ever seen in all these court cases, there was no cross-examination by the hate lawyer at all. Yeah, that tells you he does not want this guy on stand more than he can. When the other lawyer finally talks to this guy, he tries to make it seem like this guy has nothing to do with the organization. All our lawyers do basically is they pull out a document that this guy signed that says that he was not one of the founders, but one of the officers of the organization, very high up, talked with the president a lot, sent out hundreds of emails, thousands of different things. $50,000 was raised from his organization alone. Obviously, huge connections. I'm sorry if this video is so fast, but I refuse to do two 10-minute videos. Alright, so that was day 8. Take care, YouTube, and post, comment, 5 stars.